Hey folks, and welcome to week number 5. So this week, watch the video. You're going to check your Essay 1 feedback. My intent is to have Essay 1 returned to you by February 11th. So my goal is that you will have them back at the beginning of this week so that you can do your reflection on them, and I'll show you that in just a second. I'd like you to complete a study analysis instruction and an activity. We'll show you that in just a second. Look at the proposal template and the sample proposal, and then write and submit your Essay 2 proposal. Okay? So let's start first with the Essay 1 reflection. There's a quick video here on how to view your feedback on your essay. And then there is an essay reflection template. It's got some questions in it. I just want you to fill this out. So before you submit your essay, what do you think was particularly strong, particularly weak? Now that you've gotten it back with feedback and a grade, what do you think was particularly strong, particularly weak? Did this change your mind, in other words? Given what you know now, what will you do differently on your next essay? What would you want to do the same way again? And then anything you'd like to learn about before writing another essay. If there's something you feel like you struggled with that you'd like to have covered before Essay 2 is due, try to make me aware of that, and I'll see what I can do. Okay, that is it. I just one paragraph more or less for each one of these. The last question might be a little bit shorter than that, but the rest of them probably about a paragraph. Okay. So one of the things we're going to be looking at with Essay 2 here, of course, is trying to understand how it is that each article came to the conclusion it did and why the answers might differ, or even if they're not different but slightly different, how they came up with slightly different responses, okay? It's pretty unlikely you're going to have exactly identical responses. So what I've got here are 3 web pages, one on study design, one on authorial background and conflict, and one on journal background. I want you to go through each one of those because I'm going to have you fill out this template right here. I will say that if at any point you guys have trouble with the templates, come down here, download them first and foremost. If you have Google Docs, you can upload that Word file into Google Docs, and then if you've got Microsoft Office, it'll open automatically. Okay, so this is a study analysis template. What you want to do is put your citation for Article 1 and Article 2 for your second essay here. And then I want you to make notes about the study design, the authorial background and conflict, and the journal background. And like always, I've got a sample here, right here. And this is based upon the articles you guys read for 2 weeks ago and which you had the discussion on this past week, okay? So you'll see a citation here and then some actual pretty detailed notes about the study design. Make sure you pay attention to this. You understand what I mean by study design. This is really and truly how they structured the study to try to answer their research question. Okay. Any information about the authorial background and conflict, and information about the journal itself. Okay. So for both articles, you should have a fair number of notes here. All right. The Essay 2 proposal. There is, again, a template here and a sample we can take a quick look at. Okay. So the question here that the articles are, what you would fill in here is the question the articles are trying to answer. Does diet soda help people lose weight? Why it matters? Why is this an important thing to investigate? And then what the parameters are here. So I'm looking at 2 scholarly articles, one by Peters, one by Fowler. Peters concludes that diet soda does have a positive impact on weight loss. Peters created 2 groups. Quick explanation there. Fowler's, however, using this longitudinal study, finds that participants who drink more diet soda also tend to gain more weight. My hope, and this is the key line here, and this is the sort of thing I want to figure out. My hope is that I can figure out why the 2 articles seem to disagree on the key question of whether diet soda helps or hurts. The idea behind the proposal is that it lays out for me everything you're planning on focusing on. So this really says, here's these 2 articles, here's what the central claim in each one is, and what my goal is in the paper. If I can see that you've done this and it's right on track, it helps me to know that you're on the right path. And if you're not, it gives me the opportunity to steer you back on the right track, okay? So that's it for this week. Take everything seriously. If you've got any questions along the way, don't hesitate to let me know.